Hello everyone, it's Loretta, and I am going to show you how I made this Bible journaling layout. And I'm using Polkadoodles stamps called Honey Daisy, and then I also used circling around. I also left in my boo-boo, my mistake, which is up here. Right now this is drying, so I'm not going to be closing my Bible right away. I'm going to let that dry on its own and then heat set it. But I really like the way these came out. The products will be listed below the video. If you have questions, send them to me via email or leave a comment down below. Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm using some Polkadoodle images to do a journaling page for my Bible. I stamped the images using StazOn jet black ink onto some vellum. You're going to see a lot of me wiping off my brush using a baby wipe. I am using Arteza Artist Quality rich and vibrant colors. In this case, I'm using the half pan watercolor set, and I'm just using a water brush as well as some regular water to do my images. I want to let you know that this process took maybe about 20 minutes. I will be fast forwarding you through some of this coloring, and then I will be cutting out these images off camera, and we will get ready to start putting this art journal page in my Bible. Today's Bible journal page actually has two separate scriptures. I'm going to be reading you the first one. This comes from Matthew 5, and this is known as the Beatitudes. It's verse 1 through 11. I will also put this down in the description box below. I'm going to be reading from the English Standard Version of the Bible. Blessed are you when others revile you and persecute you and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely on my account. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great in heaven, for so they persecuted the prophets who were before you. Then my next verse, which is one of my personal favorites, is Matthew 5:14. I actually had this particular verse put on my key rings for my personal business site. In the same way, let your light show before others, so that they may see the good works and give your Father in heaven glory. Since I did stamp these images using StazOn ink onto some vellum, the vellum does curl quite a bit during the coloring process. To get around this, I did two things. Number one, I kept patting it dry with a paper towel, and I also used this little miniature heat iron that I have had in my collection for a long time. I know you can buy them from like Michael's and Joann's. You can also buy them online from places like Amazon. Now that I have the images cut out, I'm going to be placing them down on my Bible using ordinary glue. Once this is down, I will use my iron once again to make sure that they are set in place, and I will use my Arteza half pan watercolors for the coloring of the rest of these two pages. I'm going to be playing you some music through this portion, and I hope that you will enjoy it. I almost forgot. Since my Bible does not lay very flat, I am going to use a quick little tip that I suggest that you try as well. I'm going to take the indexing sheet from my stamps and a pen, and I'm tracing over the image with a regular pen, like I said, and a piece of graphite paper. Back in the day, we used to do this with carbon paper. This will not bleed. You can erase it if you need to, and your image is transferred. It's a great tip and a great way to get your image down onto a surface that isn't exactly flat. This is where I made my mistake. I was going to write blessed beyond measure, but apparently my pen was broken. Well, it wasn't really broken. I just couldn't write in that tiny little space. So what I did to fix it was quite simple. Once that ink was completely dry, I started adding layers of that same yellow color of watercolor back onto the surface, and I kept going over it until it was covered. I did, however, not iron over that part again until it was completely dry. That way the color stayed saturated on that mistake and you really can't see it in the end picture. The end picture of this project is actually at the beginning of this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the Polkadoodles YouTube channel, along with the other designers. Their links will also be in the description box. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, share my videos on your social media. Have a great afternoon, stay happy, be a blessing. Bye for now.